Now, personal evolution, you know, I know we're seeing players shuffle up. The biggest card that I think they got was Lockdown. It's a 0 res cost, 5 strength code gate that you can't draw cards. I mean, at this
Yeah.
point, I think the PE strategy needs to be you need to go all in on as being a kill deck.
Just real quick, they can see. You see how Ross was sitting in the back
Yep.
furiously writing? He's like, because yeah, actually facing
Got to get
the
that
match.
tournament report
He's writing
online.
his tournament
Got to
reports.
get those Pacer Pro tips going.
No one knows about those.
So green level clearance, interesting. I rarely see this in a personal evolution deck.
That's what, one influence? Not so
One
much.
influence, yep. And
He's got
punitive counter strike.
So good.
Wow.
It's a very different PE deck. Not different. PE has punitive for a long time, but it's different than I think the normal build.
All right, so we got 2 ice server. You know, this is one where if I'm sitting across from PE, you know, you assume that every ice is a Komainu or something that you don't want to run first turn without a fairy. So we're going to dirty laundry, get our extra credit from Express.
Oh,
Dirty
and he's
Laundry
got
Archive.
Desperado already. This is great. This is great.
Yeah, this is where Ken wants to
Is
be.
that alt art Ken the one from
Oh, yeah.
us?
Oh,
The
yeah.
SMC? That's cool.
Looking
I
good.
like
Looking
it's like
good,
Sonic the Hedgehog,
Express.
man. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
right. Also sporting that nice root playmat. John's also got a
Yeah.
nice custom playmat that I know some folks in the other streams have commented on. But yeah, I really like his playmat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think Alec has got to take his time. You don't want to die to Komainu or anything. We see a Komainu actually just drawn by John. So I think John, we see a House of Knives in hand.
Do it.
Yeah, I
Nice-
like
nice
that.
Play, nice,
This is
good
beautiful.
Play. It's a good play here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so we see that Alec is running makers. Makes sense and clone chip. Interesting.
Yeah, because personal evolution is at its best when it has House of Knives counters live. No question about it. I mean, that is they are at their
Yeah.
most dangerous when you might have to eat snare plus House of Knives counter plus neural EMPs on
Yeah.
the next turn. So I like this.
House of Knives makes it really hard to run.
Yeah.
Inside job.
All right. Well, that'll play too.
I respect this play.
Yeah.
I really do. It's very bold, and he's gonna get rewarded.
I like it.
Because like, watch you. Think about it. Either you take that House of Knives is worth 4 net damage, or 1 that you take.
Yeah. No, that's
And
great.
It's actually this is like the best way. It doesn't matter what it hits. You love taking this early.
Yeah, that is the agenda where honestly I know it's the least points, but it's the one. Ooh, we got a self-destruct in hand. This is spicy. We're okay.
Got Jackson. Hit Jackson. Is that another Jackson?
Yeah. I think we
Hades.
got the Hades. What is it? I always forget the fragment.
Yeah, Hades. It's yeah. The shards
So-
are.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
Yeah, it's the fragment.
It's a
So,
fragment.
I mean, it's nice, right? In personal evolution, you get to cycle all the snares to the bottom of the
Yeah.
deck if you get it scored. Now, again, I mean, you've got to, I don't know if John, hopefully he's playing something like Mushin no Shin. I mean, you've got to get it out there and
Yeah.
get it scored, which sometimes can be a difficulty. You know, because I think the one thing we've seen, so we're going to special order. I don't know what
John's
the
in a
permanent
great,
sentry
John's
breaker
in a great
is.
spot right here. If he can get another punitive in his hand, he can go, because if you look at the credit differential here,
Yep.
he can go install advance the Hades.
Yeah, that's a good
Either
point.
he takes the Hades and dies, or he scores 3 points.
Yeah, that's a great point.
The credit differential is really big here.
Yeah, Alex definitely got to take his time. Now, I know John, he's playing, I think I looked at his deck ahead of time. I think he is playing 3 of the Future Perfect. So,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's one of the things that makes PE so good now.
Yep.
Like, it's you're like back-breaking yourself trying to get in their servers, and then their agenda density is a lot lower than it used to be.
Subliminal messaging. Okay. I like that because
No,
there's a lot of
very-
turns you don't run against
Yeah,
personal
or they're
evolution.
redrawing from the damage
Yeah.
they took last turn. I really like this build. I am actually really impressed by this so far. PE has come a long way from back in the day. It used to be like all the 1-pointers.
Yeah, no, that's a great point.
And this is the punitive is something I think a lot of players. It's unexpected. Not that no one knows it doesn't exist, but you just don't play PE enough anymore.
Yeah, because Scorch, I think everybody knows that Scorched Earth,
Yeah.
you've seen it in so many decks, nobody lets the tag stick. Unless you're playing, I was telling John, unless you play False Lead, where you can make sure that the tag sticks after taking a snare, I feel like Punitive, it feels like a reasonable alternative to, just pile on more damage in one shot. But we do have that Plascrete in hand. Let's see if Alec installs it. I mean, do you think he reads Punitive at this point? I mean, if he installs it, that'll be huge for him.
Yeah. I like also what Alec did there. He's got Desperado out, and so he can just run archives to prevent him from getting back his
The subliminal.
subliminal, which is very good play. Very good. It shows he's very well aware of the board state.
Yeah, and here's the hard part against personal evolution. So, John, we've got 2 or 3, I think 2 agendas in hand. You're always so hesitant to legwork.
I think you can kill him here. Install advance. Is it? with the 3-pointer?
With the fetal? No, he put the fetal
Put
down.
the fetal?
So yeah, you take 3 damage off fetal, 2
he just
from the
needs a little bit
agenda,
more
and 1
money.
to steal it.
He just needs a little bit more money. But I think a stall advance is a little decent with fetal. Or you're just going to leave it there?
Because he's got the self-destruct in there as well, and the
Alec
neural
has
EMPs.
No, Alec has enough money. What I was hoping he would do is install, if he had a little bit more money, he could do this. Install advance, the fragment.
Yep.
If he takes it, right, he's going to take a damage. And then he, what's it called? He can punitive for 3, and then neuro.
So we're going to self-destruct, blow up the server, give him some damage. I don't know that Alec's going to be expecting this. Maybe thought it was an upgrade. What's John going to do here?
What else I'm interested in is Alec is running with Mimic in hand and Clone Chip.
That's a great point.
I really think he should have laid down that Clone Chip a while ago.
All right.
Oh, what if he loses both here?
So here's the thing. You know, he's going to lose those. And John has 2 neural EMPs in hand.
That's good. That's a good hit.
Does he hit the Plascrete too?
That's
oh,
bad.
wow.
If he hits a Clone Chip, what if he can't recur this again?
Don't lose your Mimic. Oh, wow. He hit some very relevant cards there.
Yeah.
I mean, right, the Plascrete, yeah, so self-destruct. And then if Alec can't draw back up, these neural EMPs.
Draw.
All right, draw.
There's no other choice here. Draw.
So we got 3 in hand on Alec's side. But we do have punitive counterstrike, and he lost that Plascrete. So he's
dead. No, how much money is it? If he can punitive
double
and
neural
then
EMP.
I don't know if he has. I don't think he can pull it off though, because Alec has 11.
Oh, I think he's got
and he's got. I'm really bad at the math. It takes me so long. He's got 11 as
well.
well.
He's got 11.
And Ken
what do
has
you
no
lead
link.
with? Do you lead with neural? I think he's
he's
just
not,
he's going to abandon the kill.
Would it have been possible if we really think about it hard enough? I don't know. I can't do the math right now. But I think
I always forget the base
Alec
trace
needs
on
to lay
punitive.
down this Clone Chip. Like now. Maybe pump Katie Clone Chip?
Yeah, you need that Clone Chip. I mean, at this point in time, I mean, Mimic's in the trash. Alec hasn't seen Komainu, but we have, and so he needs it.
Well, you just have to assume like it's just a breaker. Like, what if there's no other way for you to get that back? And then if you can get locked out, I mean, that's really funny too. You get locked out against PE, which happens because you sometimes feel forced to run, and then you lose a breaker that's vital to you.
Now the subliminal, again, this is where that include is nice because Alec had to spend his turn drawing back up. Subliminal came back into hand, so just a nice passive economy piece for John.
And the credit, I mean, Katie is really good. He's got Katie. Without Katie, he'd be in a lot of trouble. I miss advance. Do you know what it's in the remote?
I did not see what I think it was the Hades fragment.
I hope it's Hades. I love these decisions.
Yeah, because this is where it's fun as PE. You just force them to run faster than they may be comfortable doing, especially with the special order. I mean, again, he doesn't have the clone chip, or he does have the clone chip, but you know, we don't know how many other. We haven't seen any other breakers on board. We haven't seen what ice is out there. Oh, I love it. I love your girl. Just that little bit of net damage as a code gate. Yeah, leaves the celebrity. He doesn't have any agendas in hand, so I like that.
Yeah,
all right, so we got to draw our breakers the hard way.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Which, yeah, special order usually gets used for damage.
Because you're drawing so many cards anyway.
Yeah.
It's really interesting how, like, Maker's is such a scary card against PE.
So we got security testing. Yeah, so now we got to find a. All right, yeah, I like getting that Mimic back out. I mean, again, the clone chip probably wasn't going to get.
Do you think he did that because he thinks it might be Cronus?
Might be. That's a great point.
He wasn't running when he did this.
That's a great point.
I think that's what's happening because I can't think of what other reason he does this. Like, hey, I'm going to put this.
No, that's a great point. You know, John is going to get paid off, I think.
I think that does imply that like that's his main sentry solution. Without that, he'd be in big trouble.
I don't know why he's staring at his hand so long. I would score that Hades
I think
fragment.
it's about whether he's staring at to see whether he should gift or not.
But then you show him. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see if it's Hades. Oh, Hades in the remote. It is. It is.
Yeah.
So is.
I mean,
I think he wants him to take it. He really does. But now he showed him punitive.
I mean, he's trying to go for the kill, but I mean, again, personal evolution, you can't just score out agendas and win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always a viable strategy.
Now the credit differential is big enough. He can punitive and hit him. Assuming he has to end the turn with 4 cards though.
Yeah, but you got, I mean, gosh, because one thing, I mean, you could just celebrity.
Also, if you don't score it, then it makes maybe he's like Alex is going to think it's a trap, or he thinks it's like a Ronin, so he's not going to go for it.
Because here's the problem, right? Alec, sure gamble, and you could just dirty laundry into your Gura, take one more damage, and then you're caught up on money.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He draws another celebrity gift on John's side. It looks like John is content to just kind of money race and turn the kill online, which is fine. All right, so Subliminal going to do its thing by getting John a little bit more lead. Let's see if he leaves it on the board. Yeah, another celebrity gift. He wants to make this agenda as unreachable as possible without fear of death. And here's the interesting thing, right? I mean, I don't disagree with with showing it to him. I mean, I'm assuming Alec assumes that there is probably neural, and maybe he doesn't assume the punitive. But when you show him that, Alec knows exactly what he needs to play around now.
Let's say Alec inside jobs into it, takes the damage. He'll go to 3 cards. He draws. He's at 5 cards. You can't kill him with what you have in your hand. Punitive hits it for 3.
Yeah,
neural.
That's right.
So he can actually get punished for trying this.
Yeah, Alec's just going to make sure to keep his hand high. I mean, again, John hasn't put him under a ton of pressure. Getting a scored Hades fragment is sweet, but at the same point in time, I mean, Alec's up. They'll be tied. He hasn't put him under really, really significant pressure. So Alec doesn't, I mean, he can just, at this point, run. Okay, so we score the Hades fragment out finally, which will be nice. But Alec can just take the strategy at this point of, I'm going to run R&D once a turn, I'm going to check the top card, and I'm just going to beat you that way one card at a time, which has always been PE's downfall. When you can get to the point where they see the cards off of R&D before you, I mean, occasionally you hit a snare, but all the other advanceable traps go offline, and then you just take the agendas before they can punish you for it.
Yep. And John seems that's his weak spot right now. He's icing up R&D.
Yeah, I think that legwork is probably just hit points at this point. I don't want to see, when I get to mid-game against Personal Evolution, I don't want to see what they got.
You know they're holding snares.
Yep.
Legwork is just, like, painful.
Yeah. I'll install an R&D interface and see R&D 2 cards at a time. I'm not seeing HQ 3 cards at a time.
Yeah. Even that R&D 2 cards, like you hit a fetal, you're like, please, no, I don't want another point. I just don't want it.
So Zool is out. So we got the Breaker Suite online. So I think Alec's probably pretty comfortable that at least he doesn't have to worry about damaging away his programs anymore.
How do you feel about Zool versus like one more influence for Corroder? I mean, not Corroder, Gordian Blade.
Gordian Blade? I mean, you and I think, both played Gordian Blade. I think Zool, I mean, against this matchup, it's probably fine. But again, you're going to see lockdowns, 5 strength. You get more and more code gates that are getting printed that are higher.
If I see a player lay down Zoo, then I make my like remote or usually sometimes R&D, like Enigma, Lotus Field. Like I stack up because you have to keep pumping for these things.
Yeah, no, that's a great point.
I don't know. It's decent.
I also like Gordian Blade because I like the alt-arts just like you, Ahmed. I don't have an alt-art Zool.
If you could sport an alt-art, you just should do it.
Yeah, that's what I do. So Dirty Laundry, we're going to try and get some money back up. I think these go in archives, which makes sense. I
would even let him look at the top card. There's like almost no reason not to break it, to break that subroutine.
And here's the other problem with Zool. I mean, again, a Gordian Blade, it would have cost the same for Yagura, but, that security testing, it's not that much better than it was before. I mean, you could let them look at the top card, but still, I mean, you're having to pay. Security testing is clearly at its best when you can just get the straight-up free money.
So we need Yogg. Yogg's back, man.
Yogg is back.
Got the influence for Ready Eyes. You're Ken.
So we got Data Sucker. Don't know if that's so. We saw Parasites in his deck. So I mean, it's a little late in the game, but if you're going to run anyway, I mean, it never hurts to have.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I mean, Alec's got to make some serious decisions. You're in the mid game. I mean, he's used a lot of his deck, so you do have to be cognizant of, do I need this for damage, or how bad do I need this on the board?
Yeah. Actually, if he can get into a good situation where he can run more often than not, that hotel is a lot. Like, it does good work.
No, that's a great point.
Because if you're going to hit stuff, you're going to lose a couple cards. Hotel draws you back up at the start of your turn, so then you could just run again. If you can get that lock going well.
Because you're going to want to draw cards.
Yeah.
I mean, that's clear. And that's why I play in my Kate deck Professional Contacts. That's why it's so nice against Personal Evolution, is like you need to draw, but you're getting money at the same time. So Earthrise is
hopefully
very
make an announcement soon about time, though. They should be aware of. I mean, obviously we can't hear everything that's going there, but they should be aware of how much little time is left.
Yeah, so they told them, I guess, about 10 minutes ago or whatnot, that they're running short on time. So definitely, I mean, both players,
Yeah, and this is
PE
like
can be grindier.
the way this is shaping out. This definitely is a game that may
All
whoa,
right, so we're on game point potentially.
and that is bad, because now you as the runner are just like
Yeah.
forced to run, and you can see everyone's like this look on his face like it's a bad spot to be in. And I'm glad he laid down hotel. He needs
Yeah.
to just run R&D.
Agreed. I mean, you've seen Celebrity
You've got
Gifts. You
your
know
full
John
set of
doesn't
breakers.
have a handful of agendas.
There's not much you can be scared of. You just have to run. R&D or archives? Don't do archives.
Yeah, I mean, John's got money, but yeah, so we get data sucker counter, we get some money.
Security testing.
That's fine. I mean, again, dirty laundry, especially with the Ken extra credit. I mean, it's sweet, right? When you've got all the pieces
if you're
in place.
Yeah, I almost would have just dirty laundried into R&D there, though.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair.
Get the res, see what's happening.
I think he's worried about, but that's the thing. Is
like being at match
point,
you want to see the top card in case, like, I don't know, it's just really important because now when he goes install advanced events, you're almost forced to run it.
Yeah.
And it almost always will be a trap this time, you know.
That's right. All right, we got the 5-minute call from the TOs. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, right, I mean, Jinteki can't afford to put huge ice in there, or pardon me, Personal Evolution can't afford big ice in their deck. So, yeah, I mean, I think Alex should be fairly comfortable that whatever's there. I mean, he's got the breaker suite to deal with it.
I wonder how many punitives he has. What's the influence on that? Do you know?
I think he's running all three. I think he's running the playset. It's 2 influence. And I saw when I was looking through John's deck earlier, he's got the full suite of them.
Future. Oh, it's hedge fund.
Hedge fund. So now if you're John, I mean, do you just start power drawing? I mean, he's going to lock you if you don't start at least drawing.
The lock isn't that strong. It's one card. He doesn't have RDI. So I think you're fine as is. I don't know if you run HQ here, though, which I guess he's choosing not to. Does he have 4 cards? You should draw a card.
Yeah, and this is the point of the game where, I mean, I wouldn't have played the Maker's Eye earlier, but when you need to catch yourself back up, it sure is nice to be able to see through
if you got the hotel trigger, you start your turn basically with 7.
Yeah, right.
So you can eat 2 snares.
Exactly.
So, because the Maker's goes out of your hand, you're at 6, you can just eat stuff.
Okay. So John kind of turtling up and making sure that he's going to make Alec pay for
that agenda density is really low, too.
Yeah.
Run RD. Just do it.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it opens up archives. You know that John only has so many ice in his deck and is probably not going to invest back to get archives iced up. So, yeah, so Alex filthy rich at this point. Like you said, Ahmed, I think R&D, you have to be checking it once a turn at this point.
This is going to be bad.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll get information. He might eat a snare, but I don't think he's going to die here. I'm pretty sure he can't die here.
I would only do this after I checked R&D and didn't take damage, right? Because if you check R&D...
Well, then now you're low on clicks. Because if you parasited... You're just saying the situation you ran R&D first, then you can legwork? Yeah, maybe.
It's tough because...
He's definitely hitting the snare. There's no way he doesn't hit the snare. Just, it's just... This is how the game has... he has to shake the tag. I think if you see punitive, you don't
keep
shake
the tag. Agreed.
No, you don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You keep the tag if you're Alec. That's
right. Katie's got 1 credit, whatever. Like, money's not what matters now. You have enough money to run R&D for the duration of this game, probably. Yeah,
and we know that there's not another snare in there.
And you've got security testing. No, don't take more cards. The snare.
Yeah, this is the legwork resolution. Yep.
Oh, I thought he was. I didn't see the other. I thought it was already 3. Don't shake the tag. Draw cards. Even though you can't really die here. I think it's... Oh, no, you need a hotel. I guess you do have to shake the tag. Shake, tag, draw. No, you can only do one more thing.
Yeah, I draw a card.
So he has to draw a card in case...
Well, what if he has 3 Neuralium pieces?
Well, you know what he has. You saw 1. Yeah, he could top deck another. He could actually win the game if that happened. Right? So you have to shake the tag.
Let's
see. Draw the card.
Snares for days. I guess the non-R&D check last turn was probably timely then. Yeah, this is where you got to lay down Jackson. You got to start drawing up. Especially when...
I think you trash hotel here.
If I'm John, I mean, look at the clock. I'm Jacksoning for the win. He's not going to go back and check HQ again.
Yeah, I think... But Alec, since he's in a bad spot, he's got 2 minutes. I think you just run like a crazy person. Because either you're going to take... You're going to get 0 prestige right now anyway, as it is. Don't legwork, though. That was bad. I'm not... As a joke.
Well, he's got Siphon in hand. I mean, John's not hurting for money, but at the same point in time, Siphon, it'll help Alec. You don't care about the tags. You know you don't care about tags anymore. So it's not a bad play to make him res some ice.
Why do you need money? I don't get the R&D. I mean, the archives run here.
Yeah. You just gotta check R&D early in the turn.
Based on time, even if you had like 10 minutes, I still don't think it's the right play.
You got baby online.
I don't know. It's what.
You got baby online, but yeah, I think
At the time, I don't know. I would be more concerned about like it's like has more points than me. Because if you let's say you hit an agenda, then you could both tie and you could be even prestige. That's what you got to go for.
If I'm Alec, I would be at the point where I'm checking R&D first click every turn. And if you hit something, you've got enough clicks to draw back up and keep yourself at safety. And if it's an agenda, and you only take 1 damage, you can go back and check it again.
So I would try to finish this turn as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Like, because if 30 seconds elapsed for him before this access, is that turn? No,
Wall of Thorns. Okay,
it looks a lot like Turing.
Yeah, right. It does.
It's like this little swivels.
No, you're right.
I thought it was Turing.
We got data suckers to bring it back down, or he's filthy rich. So either way, I mean, that's not doing a ton, but it's nice. I mean, made John spend some money.
Jack out, take a credit. You don't want the time. No.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do a lot of work here in a short amount of time. Because, again, I mentioned earlier, John has 3 future perfects in his deck. Yeah. So if he sees something, he's going to be playing some games to try and close this out, whether he knows it or not. Yeah, so no res. Going to let him just face plant. Yep. Jackson back in. Put snares. Put all the fun stuff back in.
Yeah.
All right, just put money. That'll work, too. Yeah, I mean, he's at 7 credits, so probably wouldn't hurt if he doesn't get an agenda to just draw some money. See an errand boy on the bottom of that deck. Interesting. And we got the last neural EMP somewhere floating around.
He might die here. He's up 2 cards.
Not going to get rewarded for that.
How many cards?
Cannot see, but yeah, he's definitely not getting rewarded for this because that snare is just smiling at him.
You gotta take the first head. He has 2 cards. Oh, no, 3 cards. Oh, take it.
Yeah, Alec just a magnet. See, this is the problem, right?
Wait, if John gets a turn,
an agenda. Yeah, John's got the kill in hand. I mean, you can't draw back up enough.
Which click is this? It's like 3.
I think it's 3. So yeah, you can double neural. Yep, YOLO.
Hit an agenda.
Something tells me with Alec's luck, since he is first, since he's hit the snare first on every legwork, I'm guessing this is a future perfect.
Punitive.
No, punitive. Just dude with a gun staring you in the face.
Is like it's rock solid.
Yep. Well played game. Fun to see personal evolution back online. And we're time up. We did go to time. Yeah. That's rough. Because he had the neural.
No, John gets a turn. John gets a turn.
Yeah, because he's got neural.
Yeah. Oh, I'm saying yeah.
Because he should have. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, we saw the graphic and we. Okay. Yeah. So we're good. Yeah. So John's got the win straight up.
I'm gonna get a pen. I want to take notes of questions to ask him.
Yeah. There you go.
We gotta do that.